That's a little warm. G'day guys, it's Matt here. Welcome to the channel. We have a big fire going to happen today, hopefully. Well, not too big, obviously, but what we're going to do is on the section that was organic last year, there's a good chunk of it that we want to rock pick, and just with the stubble loading from harvest, obviously, makes it very hard to rock pick. It all just binds up in the rock picker and you end up with a lot of dirt rather than just rock. So we're gonna just burn the top section of one of the paddocks here. We've already done a bit of a fire break with the cultivator. I may go and do another one just to double it, just to be extra safe. So here in Australia we do have fire restrictions, usually in the summer months, which is usually from October till March, and we basically have to get permission or a fire permit to be able to do any fires, and got to double check that we've got everything under control. Make sure, obviously when it's hotter there's a risk that something might get out of control. So what we've got is we do have the little spray pack on the Can-Am. Now that is just for little spot fires, maybe just to follow along behind the harrows, just to double check that nothing's jumping over, which it shouldn't, because we're going to have a fairly big fire break. But the other thing is we've got the Howsam, or the grasshopper. It's got a firefighting nozzle on the front, so you can just flick a switch and it'll just spray a heap of water out the front. So if there is a big, we need to quickly put out something rather big, we can grab that and fly down and just follow along behind the fire, and it can pump out a lot of water. So that's got about 3,000 litres in that. So that's there. We'll have the Steiger ready to go with the cultivator, so we can go in front of it if we need to, just to stop it, to put another fire break in if something were to happen. The fire harrows here, what we usually do, I've obviously got them upside down at the minute, but I'll probably hook that behind the old ute over there, because don't really want to tie this up doing that, and also we try and pick our least expensive bit of gear to pull the fire harrows, because if something were to happen, say unlikely, but if the engine broke down or something happened, a stick or a rock came up and busted something and stopped the vehicle, obviously you don't want to be fiddling around trying to save whatever vehicle it is. You just get out and get away from the fire. So that is the plan there, and whoever's in this can just buzz about and keep an eye on things. Anyway, enough talking about it. Let's start doing it. I might hop in the cultivator and do a little bit of extra fire breaks, or just double check that the fire breaks that are there are okay, and hopefully in a couple of hours we'll have it all done. I think we're pretty well ready to start the fire. We've got the Steiger there, we've got the Howsam down the paddock a bit further, and we'll just see how it goes. The wind's a little bit funny, we're not sure, but we've got a good fire break anyway. So I don't know whether I'll be able to do a lot of footage. I'll try and get as much as I can, but if everything's going really well, I guess I probably can. But hopefully I can get the drone up at some point, but we'll have to see about that. Now the problem is with the organic stuff is the stubble's a little bit thin and then thick, and then it's not really consistent, so that makes it hard to carry the straw. But we'll see if we can get it. Keep going. See if we can get it to take a bit. We may not be able to. Oh yeah, it's just starting to there a bit. Righto, just lit her up there. I'll follow behind in the Can-Am and just have to work out what it's going to do. just not quite thick enough, at least here anyway. It's not really going to take off. It would probably work if we like we did what was it, a year ago, or whenever we burnt the linseed stubble and actually used the full set of fire harrows and just went up and down. But oh, it's never a bad day when you got to get to play with a bit of fire, at least if it's not a huge success. But yeah, you just get to these thin patches and you lose all your stubble out of the harrows, and then your fire disappears just about. There we go, that was nearly a bit more like it. Got a bit of wind. Oh yeah, there's a bit more over there. Yeah, that's what we're aiming for, but must be a thick bit there. So what we do is we go around the boundary first. You don't just start from one end upwind or whatever, because if you go right around, then it does burn a bit, gives you a bit more of a buffer with your fire break, and then you can come and fill in the middle if you need to. But fires can get pretty big pretty quickly, so you want to have your wits about you. Well, that bit there's going all right. It's just a bit of a struggle over here where I didn't spray because we were going to burn it, but we didn't get to burn it when we wanted, so it's yeah, a little bit tricky to light up. But anyway, might have to cultivate it anyway or something. That's a little warm. It is doing something, at least. I think I can justify the intro now. I would definitely say that's a big fire. Not as big as we thought it might be, but it's yeah, considering there's a lot of green in there, it's burning pretty well. Can't see a lot now with the smoke, but so here's the contour bank, and we've cultivated on top of it, and then one cultivation on the other side. But also in the middle of the, or in the drain of the contour bank, it's quite thin, so it's not going to carry a lot there. So you'll see here that bit of fire there will peter out very, very shortly because it gets to that thinner stuff. And yeah, that's what happens when it hits a fire break. But yeah, that section there is going up really nice. That's what we want. But yeah, I think where it has gone up, it's been thick, so the thicker stuff is what gives us the trouble with the rock pickers. So some of that thinner stuff might break up pretty well with the Kelly chains and mightn't be a problem, but it's good to get at least a percentage of it burnt anyway. Well, you can certainly see the rocks now, so that's why it was fairly slow going when we're harvesting the organic side. You can see that one there, that's a good foot off the ground. So it'll be interesting to see how much that fire creeps up. Hopefully a good chunk of all this up here will burn too. Well, we've probably done all we can. Yeah, these weeds, we were meaning to burn this about 2 weeks ago, but it didn't happen. But yeah, the weeds are just making it hard for it to build up enough heat to keep going really well. And the straw's a bit thin. But we've done pretty well what we can. Most of the thick stuff is burnt, or a large percentage of the thick stuff at least. So we might just get on the cultivator and see what we can do. Looks like it's run out of puff. The other thing is I'm actually just going to fill up, well, I am filling up this fuel trailer and take it down to Tiny 3 and fill it up. I mean, the day's nearly over, it's almost 4 o'clock, and yeah, we'll see how far we get. So after the efforts with the fire, it did a job. Like, it wasn't as what we were hoping for, but any stubble burnt, there's less stubble that you have to deal with, so when you're rock picking, so that's good. But Dad's just going to do an hour or two of cultivating up the top where the weeds were really bad, and we've always got the option to come back and burn it with some fire harrows if we want to do that, or it might break up enough just with the Kelly chains for the rock picker to process it. But anyway, that's where we're at there. Made it to Tiny 3. So we'll fill her up with fuel, and then yeah, I've still got to fiddle around with the air conditioning. We do have some gas that isn't the regulated stuff, and I can just top it up with that. It's virtually got no gas in it, I think, but we don't know how much gas was in there when we got it. We sort of haven't used it in the summer, so it's sort of, air conditioner's been half working, but we don't know whether it's a quick leak, a slow leak, or what. But if we can put this other gas in there, then we might be able to find the leak, or just, yeah, we'll know a bit more of where we're at once we get it working, at least with that gas. And then yeah, once we find the issue and that, we can regas it with the proper stuff. Well, I put some gas in it and it is still not working. It's a bit low on the low pressure side, so what I'm going to have to do is order a TX valve, receive a dryer, and yeah, just give it a good birthday. And yeah, I'm thinking that there's an issue with the TX valve or something along those lines, so we'll have to start from there, and hopefully that is the problem. Didn't end up, I don't know where the nozzle is for the quick fill on that, but anyway, took a bit longer. But we're just going to head down to the excavator now, top it up, see what Phil's up to. Looks like he's been clearing these piles here. They've been here for quite a few months, and they've just been smouldering in the middle. So It's yeah, it's been, yeah, it would have been 7 or 8 months it's been smouldering for. It actually lit up a good section just above it there, so got to watch out for that. But yeah, got most of the sticks and stuff out of that, so it's ready to smooth out. And yeah, we just got quite a few of them to tidy up. Virtually perfect conditions for using the sieve bucket at the minute. It's been quite dry for a while. We've got a little bit of rain here and there, but yeah, that's what you want. You don't want it to be all sticking in the sieve bucket, so good to get it done before the big rain. It's home time for me. We'll see if we get any rain overnight, but that might even be the end of this video. So thanks for watching. Remember to hit the like button if you enjoyed the video, and subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll catch you in the next one.